This week we have a new moon in Leo, Venus, planet of love and relationships and resources, moving into Virgo, and Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, turning to retrograde motion. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the week of Monday, July 29th through Sunday, August 4th, 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen, Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment, and we're here to do the weekly reading. So for this week's weekly reading, we're going to be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for the main message for everyone. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, coming from a brand new deck that I just recently got. This is called the 22 Archangels Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that today. Before we get into the astrology or even looking at your stones of choice for the week, let's go ahead, close our eyes, and do an empowered moment. So closing your eyes, taking a deep breath. And as you exhale, allowing your body to just release any tension or stress. We've had a couple of pretty intense weeks here with the full moon in Capricorn, so just let go and release and let go of all thoughts going on in your mind, at least for the moment, and just clear your mind, clear your heart. Relax your body, take a deep breath again, and just let go. Be at peace. Visualizing golden white light all around you, the golden white light of unconditional love and guidance, healing and protection. And as you see, sense, feel, or just know that you're surrounded in that golden white light, I want you to take in a deep breath and breathe it in to every cell of your body. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. And this week we have, as one of the things going on, a new moon in Leo, Leo the lion. New moons are about new beginnings, planting new seeds, initiating a new cycle of energy. And Leo the lion can be both loving and generous and gentle and playful, but also confident and courageous, leadership-oriented, and take charge. So let's take in a deep breath, breathing in all of those qualities, both sides of that Leo energy, of the soft, playful lion and the confident, direct, take charge lion. Embodying all of those fiery Leo the lion qualities for this week. Asking for the best new beginning to commence with this new moon in Leo energy, which is all about creative self-expression, tapping into your creative potential, taking one last deep healing, cleansing, balancing breath, breathing in that new energy of creative potential. This is where we get to create whatever it is that we desire to create in our lives, planting those seeds of confidence, planting those seeds of playfulness. Breathing that in. And as you exhale, and in your own time, can open your eyes, returning to this time and place and space. And let's get ready to look at our stones of choice. So the first stone of choice is this beautiful, delicate little red ruby. Red ruby, raw ruby, wrapped in gold wire and Reiki, charged with the vibration of the number 2, number of relationships and equality, the energies of Libra and Scorpio, the sign that rules partnership, which is Libra, and passion, which is Scorpio. Water element coming into play here with feelings, emotions, intuition, and deep connections being heightened and magnified. And Archangel Chamuel's energy, the archangel who assists us in finding our soulmate or finding a soulmate, because it could be a friend or a new kind of spiritual family member. And Archangel Chamuel also helps us with existing soulmate relationships. And then also we have infused into this ruby, Venus Aphrodite's energy, goddess of love, beauty, and merging with another. All right, let's put that aside there and let's look at the next one. And this is beautiful, vibrant red coral. And this is wrapped in silver wire. It's Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 1, number of leadership, individuality, and new beginnings. The energy of the planet Mars, planet of energy, action, willpower, and motivation. The activation of the root chakra with that red color for healthy physical vitality and manifestation abilities. And this one has the energy of Archangel Michael, the archangel of assisting us on the next step of our highest and most important destiny path. And then our last stone of choice here is this beautiful pink tourmaline. I know it doesn't look really super pink because it's a very dark kind of pink energy. And this is wrapped in silver wire and Reiki infused with the number 9, number of healing, completion, and the release of old situations. The energies of Pisces for unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness towards one's past in order to move forward. Neptune, planet of trust, faith, and facilitation of the connection back to your soul purpose. This one has also the energy of Chiron, the planet that assists in healing old past life relationship wounds, the merging and balancing of the heart chakra and crown chakra to infuse love and spirituality, and the energies of Archangel Azrael, who brings assistance in the grieving process of old circumstances and relationships, as well as Archangel Chamuel again to assist with bringing in one's soulmate and or healing situations in a current soulmate relationship. So again, your stones of choice for this week are the raw ruby, the red coral, or the pink tourmaline. All right, so let's talk about the astrology for the week. You know, Venus comes up again and again and again, and Venus rules love, relationships, personal resources like money and finances. And she rules our values and how we value ourselves. And so she rules our sense of self-worth. So on Tuesday, the 30th of July, we've got Venus in Leo. She's in that sign of Leo with the sun. And so she's, feeling more confident and courageous and self-expressive and even loving. And so Venus in Leo on Tuesday is in a positive connection to Chiron, the wounded healer, the one that rules our past life wounds and challenges. But this is a positive connection, so I think there's going to be healing that takes place. It doesn't mean we're not going to feel some of those old wounds or challenges kind of come up to the surface. But I feel like Venus in Leo, again, she's bright, she's sunny, she's creative, she's expressive, she's loving. And with this positive connection to Chiron, I feel like a lot of healing can take place within our sense of self, how we value ourselves, how we express ourselves to other people. our sense of independence and self-identity. All of these things can be brought into a state of healing in some way. And then we move into August. On Friday, August 2nd, we have Venus in Leo again, and she is in a challenging aspect now on Friday to Uranus, the Great Awakener, who is in Taurus. Now, Uranus rules quick, sudden redirection, unexpected changes, future vision or future ways of wanting to awaken into a higher dimensional paradigm. Uranus can bring some higher solutions, like opening up to claircognizance and revelations and new ideas and things of that nature. But since Venus rules love and relationships and she's challenging Uranus, we might expect the unexpected. We might expect some sort of freedom and independence energy, which Uranus is known for, freedom, liberation, and independence. So we might want to break free in some way, shape, or form there. Now, when it comes to money and finances, there could be some sort of surprising, you didn't see coming sort of event. It doesn't mean it's a bad event. It could be a good event, but it is a challenging aspect. So just be prepared for whatever might transpire in the realm of relationships and in the realm of finances. And then on Sunday, the 4th of August. Now, Sunday is a big, big day, a lot going on. We start out with the new moon at 12 degrees of Leo. So again, new moons are new beginnings and the initiation of a new cycle of energy in whatever sign that it's in. In Leo, it's initiating this new energy within our sense of confidence and courage and creativity and self-expression and passion and fiery energy and some sort of movement. Fire is a movement sort of energy. So this, and it's also, they're saying, activating our inner child, because Leo does rule children and playfulness, and so therefore it rules the inner child energy as well. So all of these things can be activated with this new moon in Leo at 12 degrees. It's connecting in a positive way to Mars in Gemini and connecting in a positive way to Jupiter in Gemini. Gemini energy is mutable, changeable, and all over the place, but it's the realm of the mind, so it's new thoughts, new ideas, new perceptions, new modes of communication. I would expect with the positive connections to Mars, which rules kind of energy, action, and forward movement, and Jupiter, expansion, higher understanding, higher information, that there might be more telephone calls, more emails, more text messages, more activity in the communication realm, but also more activity again in the mental realm in general. So again, we're coming up with solutions and ideas and little blips of information that's really coming into play there. It's a pretty positively aspected new moon, so it feels pretty good. Then after that on Sunday, we've got Venus in Leo. So see how she's highlighted throughout this week here. Venus at the last degree of Leo is going to be in this kind of odd inconjunct connection to Neptune at the last degree of Pisces. And Neptune rules illusion, confusion, delusion, but it also rules spirituality, trust, faith, connection to our higher soul self, connection to our angels and guides, or to the universe itself, or if you want to call it God or the cosmos or spirit, whatever term you want to give that. But Venus and Leo connecting in that way to Neptune could just bring some unsuredness, again, in relationships and finances, feeling a little confused, feeling a little chaotic, feeling a little anxious even. Neptune can kind of bring in some of those energies. But if we adjust how we're viewing that or perceiving that, or if we adjust our energy, because that's what an inconjunct is about, is adjusting our energy, then we can shift that to having faith, having trust in the universe and the divine plan, and knowing that everything's unfolding in divine timing, and that our angels and guides are protecting us and leading us to the right people, places, and circumstances. So you see, if you just shift the energy from the kind of glass half empty way of looking at it to the glass half full, then we'll be okay. And then also after that, because Venus was at the last degree of Leo connecting with Neptune, she then moves into the sign of Virgo on Sunday. Now she's going to be in Virgo until August 29th. And it's not the most pleasurable place for her to be, because she's love and happiness and blessings. And now she's in very practical, grounded, logical Virgo until August 29th. So, here though she's getting things done, she's looking at the details, she's taking things step by step, she's being more discerning, which is a positive quality. So she can be more discerning in relationship matters, she can be more discerning in financial matters, and she can just really, again, pay attention to those details and those nuances. And Virgo's all about like work, right? It's the process of working and getting things done, the tasks that we need to do, so it's like, let's get it done. Now, when it comes to Venus's sense of self-value and self-worth, when she's in Virgo, she might actually beat up on herself a little bit. So this could bring some kind of energies where we don't feel good enough or perfect enough, or like we're doing something wrong, or I can't do this, or I can't figure it out, or whatever. So try not to allow yourself to go into that shadow part of the perfectionism of Virgo, and let's instead look at it as this discerning, we can get things done if we take things step by step sort of energy. And then the last thing that happens on Sunday is that Mercury, the planet that rules the mental realm, our thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and communications, is turning to retrograde motion at 4 degrees of Virgo. So we've probably already been feeling this since the beginning of this week, for sure, maybe even last week, because Mercury has been in its shadow already for quite some time. But now Mercury is officially going to be retrograde, starting at 4 degrees of Virgo, and will go back into Leo. It'll retrograde back into the late degrees of Leo for a little bit of time. So we've got until we go into September for this whole complete Mercury retrograde to take place. I think it actually turns back to direct motion on August 28th, but then we have that post-shadow period of Mercury as well. So, this is, again, the typical Mercury retrograde things where you shouldn't make any big purchases or sign any important contracts. And sometimes I just feel like, because I've witnessed this or been experiencing this at times myself during Mercury retrograde, where you're like, okay, don't sign contracts, don't make any big purchases, don't get any work done to your vehicle, but then things happen and you just have to. And it's like, why Mercury retrograde are you doing this to me? Because I can't wait to, till Mercury retrograde is over to actually complete and do these tasks or take care of these things. And that's okay. Just be extra mindful, because Mercury, again, rules that mental realm. So be extra mindful of reading all the information, paying attention to the details, and getting the tasks done, even if you feel like, oh, it would have been better to wait till after Mercury retrograde, but here it is. You got to do it. And so don't stress about it. Don't get anxious about it. Just be extra aware mentally about what's going on. And especially with communication matters too, right? Make sure that what you're saying is heard by other people, or that you're phrasing it in the most positive way, and that you're hearing other people and what they're trying to communicate to you clearly as well. So sometimes we have to reiterate things, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides. Lots of cards came out, so let's try to get through this here in a timely manner so we don't go too long on our video. The first of 2 cards, this is the heart chakra card. So I think this is because Venus in Leo has popped up again and again and again throughout the astrology this week. So here we've got the heart chakra. We're paying attention to, how do we feel? What emotions are going on for us? How are we communicating in a loving, kind, compassionate way with other people? Maybe I'm healing some heart chakra wounds. Maybe they're in the present moment of what's going on, maybe in relationships or within my sense of self-worth and self-value. Maybe these are wounds from the past. But there's a lot going on here with the heart chakra. And the card that came out with it, 2 cards literally fell out on top of one another, was the one. It's the one of emotional. This is like the Ace of Cups, but in this deck it's called the one of emotional. And so this says love begins. Well, here we have the new moon at 12 degrees of Leo, and new moons are about new beginnings. And even though this would technically in a different tarot deck be a water card, right? And Leo is a fire sign as far as that new moon is concerned. But I just get the sense that there's something that we're taking care of here on an emotional level. Again, whether it's just about healing ourselves or maybe it's about healing a connection with somebody else. But this is the initiation of the energy, and it's got a nice, beautiful rainbow, joy, hope, blessings. It's got the water pouring out from the cups, so things are flowing. Maybe your emotions and feelings are flowing. Maybe you're purging something. So, that's good too, even though it might hurt when you're doing it. But this is about being in the space of the heart, which is what Leo is all about, right? We've got the sun in Leo, Venus in Leo, the new moon this week is in Leo. So it's about being heart-centered and being in the heart. And no matter what challenges might be going on, what difficulties might be happening in your life right now or in some weeks past here with all that potent energy we were experiencing, this is saying if you just come from your heart, then it's like your soul is learning something here, right? It's like that's what it's all about, right? As long as you're not being disrespected from the other side of things, right? But if you can come from your heart no matter what and just like share your emotions and share your feelings and share the love that you might feel, then all should be well. I mean, we've got, again, this nice flowing water. We've got these beautiful colors. We've got the nice rainbow. We've got one, it looks like there's 2 different people's hands here, right? Because one has a sleeve of an orangish color, the other one a sleeve of a yellow color. So if we work together, and if this is not about a romantic relationship, maybe you've got challenges in the romantic relationship that you're working on and healing. Maybe this is family, friends, other people in your life that are helping you through this emotional time. And so it's a new beginning in friendship and support and love coming maybe from other people, or maybe it needs to be a new beginning with love coming from yourself, towards yourself. Value yourself. Know that you're worthy and deserving. And again, that'll bring some of the healing that you're needing in that heart chakra space as well. Okay, let's look at the next set of 2 cards. So we've got Major Arcana 6. In this deck, it's called Harmony. This is the Lover's card in the traditional tarot. So yes, this could bring in relationship stuff. Again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's romantic relationship stuff. The Lovers could also be about friendship. It could also be about family relationship as well. This could also be about harmony within yourself, between your feminine and your masculine sides, that you're needing to come into balance and come into harmony, right? And that feminine is that nurturing, caring, intuitive side, and the masculine side is that confident, courageous, take action side. So maybe this is all about the balance and harmony within yourself. Maybe this is, again, indicating that relationships seem to be highlighted, which I wouldn't be surprised with Venus being highlighted Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, and then moving into a new sign even on Sunday after that. So, remember that love is what it's all about. Remember that love is the most important thing. Remember that to have compassion and respect for one another, to see the good in one another if possible. Now, I know that not all circumstances you can do that depending on what the other person is projecting, right? But there was something in that person at some point in time where, you know, you were drawn to them, that you made a connection with them. And so try to see the good in each other. Try to have the love for each other, because that's going to be one of the most important things. Now, the card that did come out with this card is actually a difficult card. And it is Major Arcana 16. In this deck, it's called Disruption. So this is the traditional Tower card in the tarot. So the Tower card is about major changes to external circumstances. And so although all of what I might have said about love and compassion and mutual respect and understanding is true, and remember to come from the heart, because that's so far what we've got going on here is coming from the heart. We even have green here on this side of the card. So heart chakra stuff. But the Tower card usually means that our external reality is going through some sort of shift. So there's shifts going on in the relationships. There's transformations going on in the relationship. In this particular card labeled Disruption, you can see that blocks of this person are all discombobulated. So you might feel a little discombobulated, and you might be feeling a little overwhelmed or anxious or doubtful or insecure, or this person has his arms crossed, looks like across his heart chakra. So he's protecting his heart. He's protecting how he feels, or shutting down what his emotions are here. He looks a little confined, right? So this is just saying that, and again, it's not surprising with that full moon in Capricorn we had back on July 21st. Not surprising if there has been an unfolding of some sort of events or situations that have got us kind of like discombobulated a little bit. And that, again, if we focus on this, it doesn't mean that if you've made some sort of decision about a change that is in your highest and best interest, it doesn't mean you have to disregard what you feel is right for you. But again, remember the love, remember the compassion, remember the respect that, if at all possible, that you can have for one another is what's going to help to kind of get through this transformational or transitional kind of time period with the Tower or the Disruption card. Okay, and then the last two cards here, okay, we've got the Seven of Mental. The Seven of Mental at the bottom says deception and envy. I feel like it's more like confusion, We've got the number 7, which sometimes is like not having all the puzzle pieces. Why is this happening? I don't understand. Things aren't making sense. That's a lot to me of the number 7, where we have to go within. We have to have trust and faith. We have to work through and understand the spiritual lesson for ourselves. This person is kind of taking off the mask of illusion, so let's see things a little bit more clearly, although things might be a little unclear and foggy right now. Yes, there could be some deception going on, some untruths going on, or somebody not being forthright, or kind of like having some secrets or hiding something. But again, we've got green. This person's wearing green, so it's like keeps going back to that green in that heart chakra, right? And this could all just be within yourself too. It doesn't mean that somebody else is causing all of this anxiety and confusion. It could be that we're just feeling anxiety and confusion because of whatever is going on in our lives. So make sure you're seeing things clearly. This could be partly Mercury slowing down to turn retrograde, which always brings in some miscommunication or not seeing things clearly, or confusing messages or whatnot. So just make sure that you take off the mask, you look at everything in a detailed fashion, you make sure you're hearing communications properly and that you're communicating properly, and you just move through this kind of confusing energy in the best way that you can. This mask has it's like a mask that has these little, I don't know what to call them, kind of coming up from the mask, if you can see that. I don't want to call them horns because it's on a mask, but this is like higher perception, right? When you have that connection to the head or the crown chakra, we're talking about higher perception, communication from the divine. And sometimes when we're in a state of anxiety or confusion, it's hard to kind of tune in and listen to that intuition that's coming from a higher source. But I feel like, again, as we're taking off that mask, if we can tune in to understand what's going on a higher level, or see the bigger picture to try to understand why is this happening, or what am I supposed to learn, then that's going to be something that will aid you. And then the card that came out with this one is another mental card, but it's the Six of Mental. This is like the suit of swords, by the way. The suit of mental is like the suit of swords. And so this is like the Six of Swords, and it says moving on. Out of all the swords cards, well, the Ace of Swords is positive too, but this is one of the more positive swords cards, right? Because the number 6 is very balanced. As above, so below, balanced, grounded, working with the divine, but yet being grounded to the earth plane. And so here we're moving forward with new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of perceiving things, new perspectives. And see how he's got his back towards what's shadowed, and he's moving in towards the light and what's highlighted here. So we're getting there, right? We're moving away from this confusion, or there's a possibility of moving away from this confusion, and we're moving into the light of clarity. And we're able to also not just move forward with our mind, but we're able to move forward in our beingness and in our experience as well. So moving on, that might be a phrase that hits home for a lot of you, from the endings and closure and completion of that full moon in Capricorn, and now we're moving on into something new, moving on into a new paradigm, moving on into a new experience, moving on into a new way of feeling. So whatever that might mean for you, know that this is a positive. All right, let's go ahead and see what Archangel comes out to guide you for this week. So this only has 22 cards in it. This is a divination deck that has fewer cards than usual. A lot of the divination decks have like 44 cards. But since this is the 22 Archangels deck, it only has 22 cards, 22 Archangels. And so for those of you that chose the Raw Ruby people, this one actually is calling my attention. Archangel Ariel. And this one says sacred activist. Look at that. There's the Leo the lion. Leo the lion right there with Ariel. And she's actually known as the lioness of God. Archangel Ariel is the lioness of God. So here she's got that lion on her breastplate. The confidence, the courage, the leadership, the take charge, the sacred activist. And it says on the card, protect what is right and just. So what is right and just for you? And then it says, let love lead the way. So we've been talking about that this week, being from that heart chakra, letting love lead the way. So we're going to merge that love of the lion, because lions, cats can be loving and playful and cuddly, but also lions are strong and confident, courageous, and take charge. So I'm going to say we're going to merge those energies, right? But it says, protect what is right and just, let love lead the way, be the sacred activist. Look at all that bright light of that solar plexus chakra of personal power that's being activated here, okay? Let's put that back in the deck in case somebody else gets it. That second stone of choice was, the red coral. I don't know how I can forget, right? Red coral people, special message for the red coral people. Nothing's kind of jumping out yet, so red coral. Okay, close your eyes. Red coral people. Okay, this one's calling my attention. Azrael. I almost thought it was the same card for a minute because of all that bright golden yellow, but this is Archangel Azrael, and it says transcendence. And at the bottom it says, you wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. So it says, own your story. Isn't that true? You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Transcendence. So transcend the lower vibrations. Transcend the lower emotions and feelings. Transcend the lower belief systems or ways of perceiving something or looking at something. Archangel Azrael is an archangel that can help us to grieve the past. She's usually there when souls transition or move from the earth plane to the spiritual plane. But she's also there not only to help the loved ones that are left behind grieve the loss of their loved one, but Azrael can help us to grieve situations in our life that have been lost, or even an aspect of ourselves that is no longer viable for where we're going next that we've let go and released. So Azrael can assist in transcending some of those lower energies. And look at again that kind of fiery feeling of the Leo energy, the solar plexus chakra here with that golden yellow color that's activated. So moving into your personal power as you transcend some of those lower energies. Okay, let's put that back in the deck. And then the last stone of choice is for the pink tourmaline people. Pink tourmaline. Special message for pink tourmaline people. This one's calling my attention here. Oh, honey-o. And this says embraced by love. So we're back to that gentle, green, unconditional love of the heart chakra energy. And it says, under embraced by love, it says, let love reach where it has never reached before. So really meditate on that heart chakra, expand that heart chakra. Call in your angels and guides and healers of the light to infuse that emerald green healing light to layers upon layers of your soul, your energy bodies, your past lives. Let it go to where it hasn't gone before. And also let it go out into the world where it might not have ever gone before. You could send it to your ancestors of the past, but also send it to people in the now. Send it to your friends, your family, your boss, your coworkers, your business partners, your significant others for sure. And just be again in that heart center, that heart chakra. Let that love, the Leo, the lion expression of love, let it emanate from your heart center. I love that, because we're back to where we started with that. Looks like a little emerald there. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little green kind of emerald there. And she's got her hands crossed over that heart chakra with that green emerald. And here she's got the green around her as well. So embraced by love. Let yourself be embraced by the love, unconditional love of the universe. And let that love embrace you. And also send that love out as well. Okay? I hope you all have had an okay time getting through the last full moon. It was pretty intense for me, but I'm still here, and I'm sure all of you are too. So thank you for tuning into this reading, and your comments, your love, your support for me. I appreciate that. Sending you all lots of love and light and healing energy. And don't forget too, this brings us into a new month, the month of August. So if you haven't already watched the monthly August reading, you'll want to tune in and see what the month holds for us. Sending much blessings, many blessings, much blessings, sending many blessings. Love and light, everybody.